So, video number 2, quick update. The two beautiful paintings from yesterday, from the weekend, have dried. Look how they are varnished and they are ready to hang. I was very happy with the outcome, but I did feel like changing the palette tonight. So I'm going to throw in a beautiful purple. As you can see, it's a nice rich purple. This color I took straight out of the Liquitex color palette, nothing else added other than Floetrol and water. I'm now going to be using silver, another thick creamy silver paint. I think it's mainly Liquitex and Arteza silver, so it's really nice and shiny. Give it a nice finish. I'm going back to my beautiful blue, which we used in the previous painting on the weekend. Got some of that left over. And then of course I'm going to reuse this pearl, which you all saw in video number 1. Nice, rich and creamy. In fact, the paints are actually better when they've been sitting for a day or two because they get rid of all of the bubbles. I'm going to be doing another open cup, this time a little differently. I'm using 2 open cups, slightly big, maybe like 5 or 6 inch open cups. I'm going to start off with them in the middle, and I'm going to travel diagonally across this larger board. This board, I believe it's 18 by 24. It's a pretty big size. I'll confirm the size for you. In fact, I'm reusing it. I painted over this board. You can see some blue on here from a previous painting. Didn't like it, so I just painted it with a black, and I'm going to reuse my canvas, which is very easy to do. You can layer and layer and layer to make sure you don't waste your canvases. They are very expensive. All right, so starting out, I'm going to put some of the black. I'm going to make 2 nice big puddles, generous puddles once again. Kind of to the center of the board, a little bit on the diagonal, because my intention is to have these called as traveling open cups, meaning that they're actually going to go in different directions. I'm going to try and leave some negative space on the 2 corners, the bottom left and the top right. We'll see how that works out. All right, so I'm going to start off with my purple, lovely rich purple. I'm going to once again drop this in from a nice high distance. A little bit different to my blues, but purple is also a nice color for this. I'm going to then drop in the silver. And remember, these are open cups, so they're going to cause a lot of soap. There's my cup trying to travel already. Have to hold it down. Not ready to travel. There goes my silver. I'm being generous with these layers, and I only intend to put 1 layer of each color in these, layer them up. You can see the cells are beginning to form already. That is such good news. There goes the blue, a little extra of the blue. Some more of this nice metallic blue that I mixed up on the weekend. And then lastly, I'm going to throw in our pearl. Recently, I've enjoyed using this pearl as opposed to just a snow white, especially on a black background. It gives a nice creamy look and feel. There goes the pearl, nice big amount, nice big dollop. But the cup wants to travel, not yet. You can see the cups, can you see the cups trying to jump and move? I'll give them a minute to start developing. Once again, I'm going to throw some more black around my open cups. Then we've got the black is a base paint, but it also acts as a flow extender. Your paint's not going to move on a dry base. It's got to have liquid. It's got to be able to flow like a river, otherwise it will stop. You can see the cells are starting to form, which looks really great. I'm going to get out my industrial strength blowtorch and start. The blowtorch actually pops bubbles, but it also creates cells because it warms the surface of the paint and allows some of the colors to come up, especially the oilier paints. Remember, I told you I had some satin enamel in the pearl, and I also had some satin enamel in the silver, so that should create some nice cells. Look, they're starting to form nicely. I'm not sure if you can see them, but there they are. You can see the colors starting to spread. Let me give it another little move. Remember, the open cups perform the same as if it was a swipe. A swipe means I would take my swiping tool and just swipe across so the layers start to come out under from each other and form the cells. But this is looking pretty good. I'm going to blow some bubbles to pop. And I'm going to start traveling with the cups. These are traveling open cups. So I'm going to take this cup into the corner. As the cup acts as a swipe, I'm going to get it as kind of close. You can see the beautiful waves that it's creating, starting to form nicely already. Nice, getting nice wavy look over there. That is pretty cool. See if you can see that, looks really good. Okay, we're going to go with the other open cup. We're going to travel around. Remember, it's very informal. You can pretty much do what you want to get the effect that you want, how you want it. And if it doesn't work, just redo it. All right, while these start to develop, I'm going to once again point out to you the ones we did on the weekend, how beautifully the fingerlings and the cells maintain their integrity. So you can actually see the different cells and the different formations on it. That's what I really like. I like the depth or the different depths of the painting so you can kind of see what's going on. This is actually gorgeous. There's a lot of... Okay, because I want to have a large amount of black negative space and minimal colors, I'm going to just add a little bit more of this purple, because it doesn't seem to have come out very well, but I do want to put in some of the purple. I'm going to just layer it over again like this, and I'll show you. I'm going to use my swiping tool to get it a little bit out of the puddle. I'm going to use my small swiping tool. It's just a small palette knife. I'm going to just move my purple into the other colors as if it was in the cup, as if it was part of the cup, of the open cup. You travel it along. This is a part of pouring paint that I really enjoy. It's kind of just, can you see these beautiful cells that have developed over here? Kind of a string of cells, which looks great. And I am going to start pouring. I'm starting to start tilting. I'm probably going to need more black, but let's see what happens. Remember, I'm going around in my circle. The pattern is starting to form. This is a pretty big canvas, so it's not as easy to tilt around, but I'm going to go over that left corner. As you can see, I put plenty of protection out there because of the amount of paint on this board. I'm going to tilt it around. I'm going to go around in a full circle so you can see what I'm doing. Moving at the weight of the paint to this corner, slightly over. All right, this is going to be creating beautiful striations. Move the paint back. Be very minimal. It's going to have minimal color, but it's going to be very, very vibrant. Here we go. We're going to go into this corner. I may need to add a little bit extra black to go over that corner, but let's see what happens. As the paint gets to the edge, I'm going to turn it back. Nope, it's a little bit dry. I'm going to have to add some more paint, which is not a problem. Let's just take some more black, put it onto this corner so it moves. Acts as a flow extender. Allow the paint to move and create the beautiful cells that you're trying to get, and also to cover that corner. This corner is also a little bit dry. As you can see, I'm very generous with my paint. This paint, I actually used the same type of paint from the weekend. I just added some more pouring medium and water to it, and it's worked out beautifully. Actually, no, this is a really nice corner. I'm going to do a little bit of a ring pour in there. In the ring pour, I'm going to put a couple of layers of paint, just a purple, a silver, a blue, and some of my pearl. Oh, some of the black paint actually landed in the pearl bucket. Kind of funny. Oh, so what I'm going to do here in this corner is I'm going to do a little ring pour. A ring pour means I just put the paint in a little cup. I'm going to ring it into a little paw so I get a beautiful corner at the end here. So I'm going to show, let's see, you should be able to see that ring paw, just like a little, like a tree ring paw, people call it, and they give it all different names. And that's going to give me a real pretty edge on that corner. All right, so that is what it looks like as the paw. And now I'm going to tilt it a little bit, give me a little bit more detail in that corner. And tilt it back a little bit. Wow, this is really, really going to be pretty. All right, now I'm going to take most of that ring paw and I'm going to pour it right off of the edge. Look at that beautiful striation. You see the form there? I'm going to go back a little bit, drag it down. I love the white and the blue in that corner. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. Everything can be a little bit different on your paw paintings. And that's what I like. I like kind of the undisciplined flow rather than trying to get something specific. But look at that gorgeous corner. Imagine how nicely that's going to dry. Beautiful. All right, we're going to let the paint rest for a moment. I'm going to take the excess off of here. As you can see, I put extra protection down. These overnights are very good for saving my floor and my carpet and my clothes and everywhere else where the paint's landed. As you can see, paint's landed on the walls. It's been all over the place. I'm going to wipe my hands off. So this is video number 2. I love this one. This has got cells, it's got striations, the blue's popping out. I'm going to stretch it a little more in a moment, but I'm going to torch it to get This is really pretty. Okay, but what I need to do, there's a lot of black down here and a lot of cells, so I'm going to actually turn it around. I'm going to tilt it in the other direction. Let you can look at it. So that's what it looks like for now. But I do want to change the effect in that corner, so I'm going to have to turn it around and retilt it. Very easy. I'm going to actually tilt it at an angle. You see the paint moving? That bottom left corner should change. And as I'm tilting, it's actually creating more cells. Look at that. I'm going to move the blue further down. I love the way these black cells are forming. I used a slightly different medium to create more of the black paint. I used the Artist's Loft pouring medium with the Floetrol. I tend to mix a lot of different mediums, a lot of different pieces. I think it's quite exciting to actually see how it's going to come out. But at this stage, it's very experimental. Maybe I should have been a scientist of some type, but I really love to see the chemical reaction and how the paints react. I'm going to do a little bit of a swipe of the white in this black puddle over here. Just in this little area to give it just a little bit more of this pearl. Although, nope, not going to do that. The white is coming through beautifully. See how I'm stretching it, so getting a little bit of a thicker band of white. There it is this way. This is really gorgeous. There it is back with that beautiful corner that you can see at the bottom. I love this with the black background, and I love this with, I think I would love this with a white background. So I'm going to save these paints, and video number 3 is going to be similar paint, but on a white background with white negative space. All right, I'm going to give it one more torch. when I make video number 3, you will see the final dry piece of this one, which is actually gorgeous. It's almost like a cavern, like a crystal cavern. If you go down, you can see the striations, like the depth. Really, I really love this one. This is really beautiful. So thank you, and watch out for video number 3, where you'll see the final dried one of this. And in video number 3, I'm going to actually show you my studio, office, little room, where I do all of my painting, and I store all of my stock and my equipment. But thank you very much. Look how beautiful these striations are coming out already. You can see them, this whole area. Could tilt it a little more. The more you tilt it, the more cells can create. And remember what I showed you the other day, the how the pattern actually becomes the edge of the painting, where as it falls over on the edge, all the paint, it all comes over. Not much of a contrast there, but it's really cool. Well, thank you so much. I will see you on video number 3.